I think they're gonna find their way to win, a few games and have a chance to make it into the playoffs. But I mean, honestly, I just can't see. Just going through their games is just kind of tough for me to see domination. Against some of the kind of bigger matchups that they have going on here. So I think 10-7 is great. I mean, it's positive. It's a positive season, right? Yeah.
And it could get a wild card. It could get a wild card.
Yeah.
I guess I'll take second here. I know Carlos is a Miami fan, and I got my solid taste of the Dolphins with my old college roommate Kenny Holton, and he blew my mind with the whole Ronnie Brown and all that stuff, and some good times, right? The Dolphins, to me, look like a team that can absolutely upset the balance of the hierarchy in the AFC because of what they got on offense. But on defense, they had some injuries and some guys leave the team. I still think they have a pretty good, solid core there, especially with Phillips coming back. MetLife will not take another ACL, unless it's probably Aaron Rodgers again. The Dolphins, to me, seem like a 11 or 12 win team, simply because of the talent base that they have.
I knew I liked Scooter.
They'll come in second in the pecking order, with Jets going third and obviously the Patriots leaving the bottom, as we love it. So the Dolphins will upset somebody in their division, probably cause some drama. They're going to upset somebody in the other divisions as well, but I don't think they are number one in the division currently based on what they have. Just because of what they can put up on offense doesn't necessarily mean it's going to translate to a win.
Yeah, I can see that. Fair point, Scooter.
Fair
now
point.
let's just
David.
Now let's just sit back.
It's David's
Let me say something.
Where's my popcorn? Where's my popcorn at?
No. Let me just say something. Because I know Carlos is going to already mention it. All right. I did this a couple of days ago. I sat down. I looked at everyone's record.
He was
Patriots,
drinking.
Very tough schedule. Okay. I was drinking water. But I came to the Dolphins' schedule. They have, I believe, the fourth hardest schedule in the league, if I'm not mistaken. Or no, I'm sorry. I was thinking about the Patriots. It's going to be the tale of two halves, I believe. I believe it's going to be the tale of two halves of the Miami Dolphins. I think that they're going to get off to a really, really hot start. Their schedule in the beginning of the year is very favorable. If you look at all their matchups, it's a very favorable schedule. But you get to week 13, 12, it starts to get tough. And it's a really long stretch of games where a lot of the games could be toss-ups, right? They have the Jets a couple of times. I believe that they play the Buffalo Bills one more time there at the end. They play the San Francisco 49ers. And then I also believe that they play the Rams as well. Some toss-up games in there. I will say that. Is it 100% going to be they're going to lose all of them? No. But it's going to be tough. They even had to play the Cleveland Browns, which we talked about it last week. Cleveland Browns they were a good team, right? But we just don't see them being that great this year because we don't know what's going to happen with Deshaun Watson. I know Tua's in his contract year, and I know everyone is thinking that Tua is going to have a major year, a breakthrough year, because this is what happens every single year when a quarterback wants to get paid. I get it. But they're scheduled there at the end of the year, and this division is not an easy division. So I'm going to take them, and I'm going to put them at 10-7, just like Theo, and I have them coming in third in the division. Still could be a playoff spot, still could be a wild card, depending on what the AFC North does. I don't think we have to worry about too much for the West and the South on what they're going to produce. But they could sneak into the wild card, and we'll see what happens. And getting your team to the playoffs, and maybe even getting a playoff win finally, could help you get a big contract if you're Tua.
Are you done?
I am.
Okay, good.
I think it was very fair.
I think Scooter take was very good. 12-5 is a respectable record. You other two guys, Jesus Christ, here we go. You mentioned Tua is in a contract year. Every quarterback that is a good quarterback in a contract year seems to have this great season. And I think that's not – I don't think Tua's contract gets done before the season starts. I think they're going to wait. They do have $18 million coming from Xavier Howard in a few days. But I think they're going to use that. I believe the Dolphins are in a win-now mentality. They have the best wide receiving core, arguably in the NFL, but definitely in that division. Their running back stable is it's pretty good. I mean, Mozart with A-Chain, and they just got right from Tennessee. They get Jonnu Smith. They finally get a pass-catching tight end in there to help them out. And their O-line's not as bad. Even I thought the O-line was rough.
Wasn't a catching tight end?
No, Gesicki's a wimp. That's why he's irrelevant anymore. The guy was a pushover in the NFL. He was like the Walmart version of Travis Kelce.
With a terrible gritty.
No.
That's
yeah, he's yeah, on there. Their defense, they added some people in on defense. I think that gives them what they've been lacking, and that's aggression. They're going to lose Xavier, which in the beginning I thought, that's going to be rough, but he seems to be on the downhill slide of his career. I still think Ramsey is still got it. He brings a lot of that cockiness that you need in football, especially at that position. They go out and they get Bruce Irvin, who's
delusion, depending on how you look at it.
That guy's got it still. They bring in Bruce Irvin. They bring in Anthony Walker Jr., who he's got a history of injuries, but he's tough. He's a tough dude. They bring in Neville Gilmore from I believe the Cowboys, but they bring in Kendall Fuller from Washington, who can tackle. Man, this guy's he's going to be a change of pace for them than what Xavier. Xavier wasn't known for that. They bring in Jordan Brooks at linebacker from Seattle, tough dude on there to replace. They go to Buffalo and they're like, hey, we need one of your best guys in the back there. So they bring in Poyer, and then they go over there to the Mighty Bucks. Can't wait till we get to them. And then they get Shaquille Barrett to help add that depth for Bradley Chubb and Phillips. And then they draft Chop Robinson. So they've added depth where they needed to, just in case of those injuries where they made the mistake for last year. But I see this team as I have them at 12-5 too. But I don't know if they're going to win the division. The Jets are still a very scary threat, but I don't think 10-7. And David did, first of all, say 7-10 for them. So don't let him fool you with this 10-7.
I corrected it.
Yeah, after his hangover wore off, he corrected it.
They're a good
but
team.
I see them as a team. They're a really good team, but I think they're being underestimated because of the Jets, and then you still have Buffalo.
The Bills, yeah.
I just think Tua, man, he's seeing everybody else get the bag, and he wants that Jared Goff money. And I just have a feeling he's going to ball out this year. Health concerns, all that, I don't foresee unless it's a freak injury. I see this being a really good football team that's going to – I still think the Chiefs and Ravens are the head of class as long as – I guess we can throw Cincy in there too, depending on Burrow. But if they lose Higgins – I think they drop down. I don't think they're as strong as they will be, but man, it wouldn't even be surprisingly if they go 13-4 also. I'm telling you, man, this is a better football team than what
because
people are seeing. I mean, it's better
Tua
than
is
Houston,
like one
Texas
concussion away from being Drew Bledsoe.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing. They didn't address the biggest thing to keep Tua upright. They didn't address the offensive line. They added depth. They went and they added depth and the old age guys.
They got O-line, Dave. They
went out and got Aaron Brewer from Tennessee, who's a top center. So you feel they didn't even have a center last year. Their starting center in Williams was hurt. Teron Armstead is a good tackle. They have Austin Jackson who got paid last year. Also, their offensive line is better than what it looks on paper. They lost a couple guys, but they lost the guys that were hurt last year. And I think this and Isaiah Wynn actually turned out to be a pretty good guard for them with Robert Jones on the other side. This team, I'm telling you now, is better than what you guys are giving it. I think they're going to turn some heads. And I don't buy the Tua thing with his concussions. There's players that get concussions all the time in football. I get it. He's going to get them, or he's had them. But man, it's a contract year. Like look at Baker last year. It's contract year, and he gets paid.
I mean, all I say, I know Odell has been kind of team hopping the past 3 years. Every team he's been on has made at least a deep playoff run, if not won the Super Bowl. So
their wide receiving core, man, can carry this football team a long way. And if they go out, and it's not a great signing, but it's a good backup if they go out and sign Tannehill soon, even if Tua does go down. I mean, you have Odell, Tyreek, Waddle. I mean, Tyreek, arguably, we can go run numbers of who's better, him or Jefferson, Waddle, Odell. They have Berrios sitting there too as their number 4, and this guy was a starter for the Jets a couple years ago. So, man,
all right, okay.
I mean,
all right.
He's no
13-4.
I'm going to go 12-5, but I wouldn't surprise me if they go 13-4.
Come on, say it with your chest. 13-4. That's what he's saying. Put it down.
13-4.
There you go. I'm
going to give them the division.
All right.
It is time.
Come on.
Because the New York Jets are always the New York Jets.
I'm going to say it with my chest, 10-7. Congratulations. You got yourself another wild card spot. Hopefully, Tua can get a win. If not, call Kirk Cousins' agent. Maybe he can help you get the back.